Well, hello there, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be channeling other messages from Spirit. Today we're going to be channeling messages that you are on the right frequency to hear. Although intuitively I can already tell that it's rather gonna be something more like good news that you're on the right frequency to hear, because I'm feeling the energy. It's pretty spiced up. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. I'm wanting to keep it quite general, quite open, so that, we just let space for spirit to come through and communicate whatever needs to be communicated. That being said, yeah, if that's what you are interested in, welcome. Grab a seat. Make yourself comfortable, make yourself at home. We're gonna get into it. Remember to please like and subscribe the video just before we start so you don't miss out when your boy posts new videos like so. And once you've done that, let's get into it. Today we got 3 groups in front of us to be choosing from, and as always I'm going to be asking you to take your time, pause the video if you need to, if you need more time, to tune into your intuition and feel into the part that you feel the most drawn to. Maybe the number of the power, maybe the crystal, whatever. Whichever power you feel the most drawn to is going to be the one or the ones, if you're feeling drawn to more than one power, which have the message that you're meant to be hearing right now at this moment. So yeah, for the piles themselves, for the pile number 1, we're going to have this beautiful yellow calcite. So if that crystal resonates, that's going to be your pile in your reading. For pile number 2, we have this beautiful little tower of clear quartz. And pile number 3 is going to be the Labradorite right here. So yeah, take your time to tune into your intuition and choose your pile, and once that is done, you can fast forward directly to the timestamps. Skip directly ahead to your readings, timestamps which are going to be provided either in the description box down below or the pinned comment. Normally, probably both. But yeah, you can skip directly to the timestamp of your chosen pile, and I'm gonna see you there. Well, hello there, pile number 1. You're up. How are you doing? I hope you're excited about the messages. I hope you're curious. If you chose this beautiful yellow calcite, that's gonna be your reading. So buckle up, we're jumping right in. Okay, gonna start with the tarot cards, which I've already pre-pulled. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. What a way to start. We got Temperance. Okay. The Hanged Man and the Fool. Okay, we got 3 major arcana as well as the 9 of Pentacles. So Spirit, what is the message there on the right frequency to listen? What is the message there on the good news there on the right frequency to listen? Well, there's definitely a calling to peace. You are... this one may hit home, actually. Okay. That's something you've been wanting for a long time, right? The 9 of Pentacles, what is it? It's a very prosperous card. It's a card that... No, wait, it's not the 9 of Pentacles, it's the 9 of Cups, I'm sorry. That's fine, I still got the message, but yeah, wrong Sue, it's the 9 of Cups, my apologies. Still, that's a very prosperous card, which describes emotional fulfillment. Although I first thought it was the 9 of Pentacles because there seems to be a huge accent put onto finances and the material world, but it goes beyond just that. Because the 9 of Cups is not just about the material, it's about what fulfills us, which can include the material, obviously. The thing that calls out to my attention here is the resting fox. I'm guessing it's a fox. It looks like a very cute fox. But it's like the fox which is slipping, and I'm just hearing like there's a huge accent put onto receiving and chilling the freak out. I'm genuinely feeling, yeah, an invitation. I'm generally sensing that this is something that you've been wanting to manifest for a very long time, as in abundance, but also peace. as if so far the two had been contradicting each other, as in, if you are peaceful, you cannot be abundant, you cannot feel fulfilled. And if you are feeling fulfilled and abundant, then you're not at peace. I'm hearing 9 to 5, relationships that are a little chaotic, things of that kind. It's like somehow these two in our minds became incompatible. There's also a theme of I have to make it happen, but there is a strong sense that makes it hard for you to it feels like you've been wanting to manifest the answer to the equation of how do I have relaxation and receiving and me being in my feminine, while at the same time having that which I desire, having that which fulfills me, being fulfilled. And the good news is you're achieving just that. Although achieving is not necessarily the right word, because this is not something that you achieve. But yeah, the Temperance card is definitely the card of, in this context, harmony. Having this and that. It's not this or that, it's this and that. And it's definitely a very strong message, a very deep message that I'm getting from on behalf of Spirit. It's like you are learning to have this and that, to get out of duality mentality relative to this topic especially. You are learning that you can have both, and you are meant to have both. That's why you desire both in the first place. It's having this and that, which mentality puts an end to all hostilities within, which I love that for you. But yeah, it's really like learning to be at peace with both. And with the Hanged Man, this is definitely indicating me, as in, why have we been meaning to manifest this for a while? And why have we been feeling stuck? Because the Hanged Man can deal with feeling stuck. I'm generally sensing that there has been a lot of feeling stuck because of us wanting to have both and juggling between both at the end of the day. And the more time passes and the more we're realizing that we're actually sucking quite hard at any one of them. It's like at the end of the day, we're realizing that just we don't feel fulfilled and we're not even feeling chill as a result. Although our beliefs indicate that it's either one or the other, in practice, it looks like we do not have any of them. And that makes us feel stuck, and that makes us go in loop in our mind. And that's definitely what I'm getting with the Hanged Man. But another thing that I'm getting with the Hanged Man, another part of this card is shifting perspective. The Hanged Man in tarot is always depicted like upside down, right? And no exception in this deck. And it's like seeing at things from a different perspective. As in, I'm definitely sensing that it is something that you've been wanting for a long time, and as much as you put your head to it, as much as you think about it, you just cannot figure it out. It's like, how the fluff is this supposed to be done, to be achieved, to be worked out? It's like, how? I don't get it. It's and it grows frustrating. It grows very frustrating. Although you have had it being mirrored by other people around you, may it be physical people through the internet, through social media, as in, yes, you know it is possible, but somehow you don't seem to be able to figure out the how it happens in one's life. How I can have it all while resting and rejuvenating and being peaceful. How is it possible to be overflowing, to be so fulfilled, you know? Beautiful energies, really, that has been almost bothering you because it's like, that's what I want, that's what I'm meant for, but I just cannot for the life of me figure it out. And I'm genuinely sensing that it's in a profound shift of perspective. With the Fool card, I'm genuinely sensing that there's a strong, it's not an invitation because it's happening right now, I'm hearing. There's a strong, like, humbling, although I'm pretty sure that's not a word in English. There is pretty like strong invitation to being humble with yourself, being honest with yourself, and understanding that the reasons why you couldn't figure it out is not because you're not good enough or because you're not capable enough. None of that. It's just because there is something that you haven't experienced in your life that you couldn't have figured out. We were not born knowing it all. Look at the baby. It's like you were not born knowing it all. And it is normal that there are things that you figure out along the way. So there is no point in shaming yourself or being mad at yourself for not being able to figure it out, because you are not taught that. That's really what I'm hearing. And it's also a message that I've been hearing. That's why I feel like it's hitting home. It's like a message that I've been hearing earlier today. It's like, it's learning what's your place. Because the reason to why you don't seem to be able to figure out is because in your mind it just feels like you have to make it happen. There is something you need to achieve, whereas the card here is very much about the fox is resting and receiving. You cannot go out and do something and achieve something while at the same time receiving. I mean, you can, but in this context, you're very much noticing that it doesn't work out for you. Because one is masculine, one is feminine. You cannot be enacting something, achieving a goal out there while at the same time resting on your couch. You gotta make a choice. And it doesn't mean that you have to choose one, either the other. It's just learning when it's time for one, when it's time for the other. But so far you've always been acting and figuring stuff out and achieving things and getting things. So when it comes to just chilling and resting and receiving, the mind just goes like, bro, I don't know what it is. It's like I really see it as something valid that I need, but I just don't know what it is. And it's definitely like I'm feeling a strong life lesson that you are opening up to, that you're experiencing, that you're being led into internalizing, integrating, where you understand what's your role in life. Yes, you are a strong human being who is very capable of achieving much, but you also, at the very same time, it's this and that, not this or that, a kid of this universe, a child of this planet Earth. We talk about Mother Earth, but what would be your relationship to Mother Earth? Earth is a mother. Or you'd be a son or daughter, right? It's like you're both at the same time. You're both an adult and a kid. It really depends on the perspective, really depends on the energy, and the more you're comfortable with it, the more you integrate it, the more you realize that you don't even need to label it idlehood versus being a kid. These are just names, it doesn't matter, but it very well describes the energy of giving versus the one of receiving, the energy of taking care of something versus letting something taking care of us. And I'm literally sensing that here it's a big lesson where you are learning what's your position in this world. It's like you were perhaps taught that you had to do it all alone, and you're realizing, wait a minute, I'm living in a world that actually takes care of me. There are things that I can't take care of because I'm feeling inspired to, but the rest I'm supposed to be taken care of. It's like, it's almost where a kid is refusing to let itself be a kid and always pretends to be a grown-up. Think of anyone who, maybe yourself, maybe other people, who grew up quote-unquote too fast because during their childhood they were faced with challenges, and so they couldn't really stay with this identity of being a kid for very long. And so in their mind they grew up very, very fast, and they had to show up as an adult from very, very early on. Where it's like, sure, it's beneficial while it happens, but at the end of the day, it's like you're missing on the experience of being a kid. And that's very valuable, and that's what you're coming back to. It's understanding, okay, you're a very strong person, you are very capable. Now you need to understand that this world is not just about that. It is also about being taken care of in a healthy harmony, quote unquote temperance. It's not always this, it's not this or that, it's both at the same time. And you're learning how to let something take care of you, just like a parent would take care of their kid, right? And that is why it's opening all of this, because now all of a sudden you're receiving, all of a sudden you're resting and rejuvenating, all of a sudden all of a sudden you're opening your heart, opening your arms wide open to receive it all. And I'm genuinely sensing that it is such a positive good news because it's currently happening. You're currently learning it. And that is awesome, especially if you haven't experienced this so far. That's very, very beautiful. Okay, there's already something. Let's see what we got in the oracle cards now. You are living poetry. This card pops up very often lately. That is interesting. Yeah, we see on camera. Okay. The good kind. Cut the cords of doubt. The edge of evolution feels messy. Well, some of these cards I have seen over and over and over lately for many different groups. So, what do we got here? First of all, with the edge of evolution feels messy, it's like quite literally, be kind with yourself. You are, you've been meaning to figure this thing, whatever this thing you may call, this pattern, this cycle, you've been trying to figure it out for a very long time. And it's just having the patience with yourself that it's normal for it to take time because you're not taught these things. You're not shown these things. So it's normal that figuring it out for yourself with the help of the entire universe, sure. Well, it may take a little bit of time because it may be brand new. It may be clashing with some of your beliefs about the world at first. So it's like, yeah, it feels a little messy, but it's like, that's okay. That's part of the process. Be kind with yourself. The good kind, you know. The codes, well, the good kind definitely sensing is like, yeah, there's a big calling to just being kind on yourself, because I genuinely do feel that you've been, especially if you're cut from this energy in the past, you may have been a little harsh on yourself without necessarily meaning to. But it's like, if you have a hard time embracing relaxation and receiving, yeah, probably you've been a little harsh on yourself. So it just, you know, it's like, while you are experiencing this, I'm hearing the word transition. While you're experiencing this, just be kind with yourself, even if it gets a little messy. It's okay. It's part of the process. You know, it's like, I'm having the image of like a kid that learns how to walk or how to use a bicycle. They're gonna fall. It's part of the process. It's part of it, you know? So just be okay with that. Make yourself comfortable with it, because you may be falling. That's fine. It's part of the learning process. Cut the cause of doubt. I'm very much feeling that the reason to why you may have been feeling cut off from this energy is because of many limiting beliefs that you may have picked up in the past, limiting beliefs which have led you in this place in the first place. But it's like, through this process itself of you rediscovering what is your place and your quote-unquote role in this world, is definitely triggering a lot of beliefs to be let go of. Beliefs which are not compatible with the truth of who you are, the truth of this world. Incompatible beliefs which got you stuck in the first place. And there's a lot of letting go, I'm feeling, as a result, inevitably. That's why it feels messy. But the beautiful blue of this card, I'm literally feeling that there is a lot of self-expression coming through, because I'm genuinely feeling that it's a very pivotal point in your life, what you're learning right now. A pivotal point because you're understanding what's the balance between the masculine and the feminine, what is the feminine, what is the masculine actually, and how to flow with life, how to go with the flow for real this time. Although you may have heard it before, although you may understand it, for real this time, yet again. And this, I'm just feeling, is opening so many doors for you when it comes to just being yourself, finally allowing yourself, to be you, to be this relaxing fox, instead of always telling the fox, no, you're gonna be doing something, no, you're gonna be running in the wheel, no, you're gonna be doing the rat race, no, you're gonna be stressing over and over and over and being afraid about this and controlling that. It's like, nah, let it rest. You know, let it be itself. just let yourself be. That's what I'm hearing. And that's a beautiful, yeah, just your living poetry is just let yourself be. Allow yourself to just be who you are and watch your life transform from the inside out. That's beautiful. I'm going to pull one last oracle card. Reclaim. Yeah, I'm definitely sensing that. Perhaps, I won't say that necessarily all of you, but perhaps you may be someone with a strong feminine, whatever your gender is really. But you may have a strong feminine that has been left unexpressed and a little suppressed. But even if your feminine is not necessarily this part of you that wants just to be and to relax and to be abundant, allow itself to be abundant, allow itself to receive all the gifts of this universe, it's just like, it's part of you. It's part of everyone. It's your birthright. And reclaim is just literally and feeling like allowing yourself to be who you're meant to be, allowing yourself to flow the way you're meant to be flowing, despite what you may have been told into believing about yourself, about the world, about how things are supposed to be. Just coming back to your temperance, coming back to your harmony, to your peace, and just letting yourself receive. That's beautiful. Reclaim is just like reclaiming a big chunk of your truth and of your authenticity, which is beautiful. Very encouraging message. And the most beautiful thing that I'm feeling is like, it's not something that is going to happen. It's not something that is imminent. It's something that is currently happening for you, which is the most awesome thing. Really. I'm literally seeing that this is something which is going on as we speak. So just trust the process and enjoy it. You know, just enjoy it all. That is beautiful. Thank you so much for having shared space with me. Power One, that was a lovely reading. It was an honor to be reading by your energy. If you're interested for a more private kind of experience, know that I'm offering private readings. You can check out the description box down below if you are interested in more information. And yeah, that being said, please let me know down in the comments how it went for you, if it resonated, if you're excited about it. And yeah, I'm wishing you to enjoy it all, to enjoy the transformation, to enjoy the process, to enjoy the peace, the abundance, the relaxation, your birthright. Wishing you so much love. And yeah, till next time, take care. Have a good one. Well, hello there, Pile 2. How are you doing? Welcome, you're up. I hope you're excited about the message. I hope you're curious about it as much as I am. If Pile 2, if you chose this beautiful clear quartz, that's going to be your reading. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Okay, we're going to leave the oracle cards to the side for the time being. And we're going to begin with the tarot cards. So, Spirit, what are the messages that Pile 2 is on the right frequency to hear at this moment? Well, the good news, they're on the right frequency to hear at this moment. We got the Ace of Cups, as well as the Four of Swords. Okay. The Two of Swords and the Five of Cups. Interesting. Swords and Cups. It is. Swords and Cups it is. Okay, what's going on then? Well, the Ace of Cups is definitely an inauguration of a new chapter, whatever it is. Maybe a big life chapter or a new chapter in perhaps one of your relationships, in your career, whatever really. A new house. It's like something new, which represented by the cups is like fulfilling. Okay, I'm feeling what's going on. Yeah, it's like something is currently I mean, I'm genuinely feeling that you've been feeling it for a while and that you see how it's moving and you're pretty aware of it already, but there's a new beginning happening as we speak. Something new, something much more fulfilling, something much more aligned, something we've been longing for. Perhaps not something that we were wishing, or I'm hearing expecting, but something even better. It's like something which is very fulfilling. And the Four of Swords is definitely indicating me like a time of peace. It's like almost I'm feeling a war is ended. I'm generally feeling like a very perhaps a difficult situation has come to an end, because like Two of Swords, Five of Cups, they feel tense energetically. These are cards which feel tense, and I'm generally feeling that, yeah, it's like there's been some tension going on, and we've been trying to navigate it to the best of our capabilities. We had to make choices in the dark with the Two of Swords. It's like perhaps there's been like a big time of confusion. My apologies. Yeah, I feel like there's been a time of confusion, a time where we did not see clearly, a time where the mind may have appeared a little foggy, and yet we still had to make a choice, like take a shot in the dark, I'm hearing. And I'm genuinely sensing that, as difficult as it may have felt, yeah, there's a big life lesson here coming through. It's like you've been in a situation which has been feeling very unpleasant for a very long time, and it's like I feel like that it lasted more than the camera. It lasted more than you wished it had. It lasted longer than you wish it would have. Like, yeah, I'm feeling like a unpleasant, stressful situation that just elongates and just keeps on lasting and lasting and lasting, and we're like, but I've learned my lesson, why is it lasting, why is nothing changing, no. And we're just making a shot in the dark. I'm fearing, man, it's generally like the situation is definitely been triggering some grief, some sorrow, something old to be let go of. I'm definitely sensing that, you know, like from as emotionally troubling as it may have felt, it was a very, like from Spirit's perspective, I'm getting the sensation that it was a big life lesson for you, as in the situation has really been showing you something that you needed to let go for a very long time, and you haven't, and you did not let go of it, and so the situation just keeps on lasting for you to realize what it is that you must let go of. But I'm generally sensing that the problem that there has been for a very long time, and that you've come to conclusions with, is that you thought it was an external problem. You were so stuck on the fact that it was external to you, and you felt powerless to it. That's why it felt confusing. It's like, what the heck am I supposed to do about it? Because it's something that we do not have control over. That's why it freaks us out. It's not going our way. That's not something that we prefer, but we seemingly do not have any control over it. And it's like the time it took for you to realize that the power was within you, and that the thing that you need to let go was not external but internal, is the time that made it appear like the situation just got elongated, that the situation just lasted much more than it needed to. It did not last any longer than it needed to, just letting you know that. It's like it lasted as long as it needed. You know, like this old saying that is very true. You know, it's like, you're right on time, always. You're not behind, you're not ahead, you're right on time. So it's okay if it's been lasting for, if it has lasted for a very long time, I'm hearing. It was just the time for you to, I'm hearing, abandon the fight. Just surrender to the fact that what you've been fighting against was not outside of you but within you. And the time it took you to surrender the sword was the reason to why it lasted so long. It was like, I'm genuinely feeling that because you may have been resistant in the past towards admitting to yourself that the pain you were walking with existed within you and was not something external, the way to quote-unquote break you down was to make it last long enough for you to finally give up and admit to yourself, no, the pain is within, it's not outside. And it's something that has either happened or is happening. And I'm genuinely sensing that, yeah, it's like when we finally allow to cry those tears, which have been backed up for so many years, and Spirit is like, my God, finally, that's so good to see you cry, finally. You're letting it go. And I'm genuinely sensing that, yeah, there has been, yeah, like a lot of confusion through this situation, but you're starting to get back this clarity, and the choice that you have either made or that you are feeling building up at the moment. I'm feeling that for some of you, it's not something that has already manifested, because some of you are all still in this process of letting it go. But just for you to know that letting it go is the necessary step for you to open up to what's next. You cannot walk into the new with all of these heavy luggages that you're carrying around. You're too heavy to step into the new this way. That's why you're letting it go now, so that you can step into the new. But yeah, I'm definitely sensing that if it hasn't manifested just yet, it's about to happen. That's why you can feel it. It's like a different option. And I'm feeling that for most of you, it may not appear, it's like the invitation, the inner guidance relative to it may not be this strong, because you're still a little bit in this foggy emotional state at the moment where you're like, I don't know. So it's like there's an opportunity that appears and you're like, whatever, I don't know. But you just say yes to it. And it just so happens that it was the perfect opportunity. It's just that, like, the little voice from your higher self telling you that's where you need to go, you were not hearing because you were still in the state, but you're still taking the chance on it. And that's what brings us back to the beginning with the Ace of Cups and the Four of Swords. It's like a new chapter, which feels so much more peaceful. Perhaps you didn't even know you needed these things, but everything that happens now is exactly what you needed, what you've been needing in a long time. It just took the price of sacrificing this heavy pain that you're carrying within it. You did not want it to let go. You did not want to let it go. I'm just saying from Spirit's perspective, like the ironic situation of you holding onto it for dear life, and Spirit saying, you have to let it go. No, I don't want to. You'll have to let it go, honey. No. And you're letting it go. But yeah, it's like when we just see these two cards, it's like from a broken cups where all the water spills out to an overflowing one, right? That's definitely the movement that I'm noticing it, from a broken cup to an overflowing one. And yeah, the Four of Swords is just indicating me like the stillness of the mind. Just the mind holding its momentum and coming to a place where it's much quieter and much more peaceful, and as such much more clear as well. When it's not as much of a turmoil, the dust can settle at the bottom of the water, and immediately we start seeing much clearer. That's definitely what I'm feeling. It's like the good news is you're at the end of the tough cycle, if you need to hear it. The end of the tough cycle was just for you to finally give up on resisting your emotions. Because you're a pretty good warrior, pretty strong and resilient, but I'm hearing a little bit harder when it comes to admitting to yourself when it's time to give up. But you're doing that, and that is beautiful. And Spirit is so freaking proud of you about that, by the way. Just want to let you know. I'm feeling it's like, my God, are we proud of you for finally letting it go. We understand that you did not let it go because it was painful. It's like, it's completely understandable why you did not let it go before. Completely understandable. But finally you've chosen to do it, and Spirit guides are like so proud of you on that one. And yeah, you're definitely opening up to this new one, but it's like, it's such a beautiful new beginning, especially because you have no resistance to it, for the simple fact that you do not know what to expect. It's like, I'm generally feeling you like going into it with a almost blah mentality of no expectations at all. And that's what it takes to make miracles happen here. So yeah, that's beautiful, coming out of a little bit of a tougher time into a new, much more prosperous and beautiful chapter. Look at you. Look at the joy coming back. You are epic. God, overthinking can spoil the magic. Well, yeah, the mind's been going hard in this reading. Hear the muse. Interesting. Interesting last card, actually. Overthinking can spoil the magic. Definitely, like, your mind has been chaotic lately. And I can feel like, because I genuinely feel like it's been a war between your mind and your heart for the longest time. Especially since the fact we got only swords and cups. It's like at war between the mind and the heart. And now, like, the whole system is starting to regulate itself back into harmony, and the mind is finally chilling the fluff out. Finally, the mind is put back in its place, back where it belongs. I'm genuinely sensing that, yeah, it's like this whole ordeal is really leading your mind back where it belongs, instead of just being all over the place. That's one thing. You're epic. I'm generally sensing like so much joy, so much positivity, so much self-confidence, such a strengthening in your self-concept. Like just you feeling on top of the world, not in exaggerated way, just in a healthy way, but just you feeling so good about yourself, about life. I'm feeling like natural optimism, but from a very humble, very pure and humble perspective. It's like just after a big storm, it's like, whoo, the sun, finally. But it feels very humble, it feels very pure, it's not arrogant in the slightest. And just you getting back in touch with your light, that is beautiful. And you, the muse, I'm definitely feeling that in this new chapter, it's like a peeking into what's coming ahead. There's a lot more creativity, a lot more sensuality, a lot more femininity flowing through you, out in the world, and in your life in general. I'm just sensing so much more femininity, so much more cups and less swords. It's like more heart and less mind. You, the muse. Also like the flower, like you blossoming, you coming back into your harmony, you coming back into alignment with your feminine, with your creativity. You may embark on a creative journey. You may open up to arts if you're not into that already. But there's a lot more creativity, a lot more flow, a lot more femininity, a lot more peace and love and fulfillment going on here. So that is beautiful. I'm very happy, especially after that, it's like all of this beautiful stuff happening, the mind finally being at peace, us finally dropping into our hearts and opening up, opening our creative centers, the sacral, especially the orange here, but also the pink, the heart, and the crown, your connection to God, to the universe, whatever you call it. Your happiness, your self-confidence, you just feeling so good about life, this natural optimism about life, all of it is coming in one package, I'm hearing. Like you've been waiting for a lot of things and it's all coming at once. It just took you to let this broken glass go. Your glass cannot be overflowing if it's broken, if it got holes in it, so you just gotta let it go. That's what I'm hearing. So that's beautiful that you're making it. And yet again, I'm just feeling, hearing this message from your spirit guide saying, please repeat it again. It's like they're so proud of you because they know that it's not been easy. It hasn't been feeling easy in your experience. So they're really, really proud of you. Feeling compelled to draw a second card, actually. We have the Sovereign, the Alchemist. That is beautiful. The Alchemist is definitely catching my attention. But first, the Sovereign, I'm genuinely feeling, especially with the full moon at the back, I'm genuinely feeling like you getting back in the Sovereign, in like getting back your sovereignty over your life, especially since at the beginning we talked a little bit about feeling powerless to your external situations. I'm definitely feeling like calling your power back because of everything you've learned. It's not just you realizing that you're powerful and so you're just gonna do whatever you want and F everyone else. It's just like doing this, I was about to say internal work. Let's not get too fancy. It's just like you letting it go and letting this whole situation come to an end within. I'm getting back this metaphor of just letting the water come to a calm where the dust can finally settle, and so you can finally see clearly through it, realizing that no, actually the power was within you all along. I'm just feeling you getting back into the sovereign spot, you sitting back in the throne of your life, because guess what, you're the main character of your life, but that may not have been the way you felt before. But that's coming back, and that's beautiful. The full moon is also like back coming. Also the colors is like, it's making me feel again this energy of connection to God, but also femininity, tapping into these more subtle, more creative parts of you. Yet again, less mind and more fun, less mind and more heart. So that is beautiful. The Alchemist, this card is so vibrant, my god. I'm just feeling, well, yet again, it's like, it's sitting with the power within your hands, but a different kind of power here. Here it's more like realizing that you are the powerful one, and that the steering wheel of your life is within your hands. But here it's also feeling like the more creative kind of power, the power of the creator, the one that dreams its life into being, that lives its dream. I'm generally feeling like you're starting to create from this new perspective. It may not be coming up immediately, but as you step into these new energies, as you start getting comfortable with these new aspects of you, this is something which is activating back. As something that you've always had, but which is activating within you. Your DNA is getting activated, I'm hearing, relative to this, where you're starting to creating the life the way you want it. I'm hearing like just getting much better with manifesting with intention, manifesting your life that you prefer consciously. That is another beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a very empowered state, but yet again, it's you dropping more into your feminine. That's beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much for having shared space with me today. That was a lovely reading and an honor to be reading your energy, honestly. Yeah, if you're looking for a more private kind of reading, more accurate, more tailored, know that I'm offering private readings. You can check out more information down in the description box if you're interested to get to know more about it. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, please, how it went for you. Lot was discussed. I'm really curious, honestly, and I'm really happy that you're opening up to this much more prosperous stage of your life, this much more happy, creative, good feeling era of yours. And yeah, I'm wishing you all the best, all the love, and yeah, till next time, take care, have a good one. Hey, pal number 3, you're up. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope you're excited about the messages. I hope you're curious. If pal 3, if you chose this beautiful Labradorite, that's gonna be your reading, so get ready. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Okay, so we're gonna begin with the tarot cards. And for you, we actually got many more than for the other groups, which is interesting. So, what is it you're on the right frequency to be hearing, Spirit? What good news are you on the right frequency to hear? The Devil. Okay. Justice. We have the 9 of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Got the Moon. And the 8 of Swords. Oh, they're not all gonna fit in. Okay, let me rearrange that. Push them on the back, perhaps. Yeah, like that they fit. Okay. So what do we got going on here? I feel that With the devil, there's a situation that you've let go of. I'm hearing that it may also be a relationship. There's a situation, a relationship, that's something that was not working for you. Something that was just drawing you down, draining your energy, something not so fun. I'm feeling like it may have been a person with whom you had a relationship that was not fulfilling and not uplifting. It may have been a job where you felt bad. It may have been, it could have been many things really. But I'm hearing a message for later. I'm gonna try not to forget. But yeah, it's like I just feel like there's something that you just got out of that I'm feeling is for most of you it's past tense. But there's something you just got out of that you are very happy it's behind you. Well, your camera. Very happy it's behind you. It really may be a relationship with someone that you cut off from your life. It may have been a situation, but I'm strongly sensing a relationship with someone who was very like an energy vampire, someone who something you've let go of and really tried to stay in your life. I mean, tried everything it could. Genuinely feeling like it may have been a relationship. If it's not a relationship, takes what resonates and leave the rest, okay? But yeah, it's like it's really like a situation, something that was not in your best interest at all and was just draining your energy. It felt like taking advantage of you, and it's a good thing that you've let it go. But the interesting thing is, well, two things actually. First of all, with all the cards that are coming out, I'm definitely sensing that built it builds a kind of strength within you that you would never have achieved otherwise. So something to be grateful for that we're going to be discussing after. But another thing that I was picking up on earlier is for those of you who are like, yeah, but it sucked, because I generally feel that I'm generally sensing that some of you may have swung a little bit to pessimism. A few select, maybe not the majority, but just keep in mind that the universe, when things get out of, the universe will not let you get comfortable in a situation which is less than good, which is not meant for you. Okay? So just keep that in mind. It's not a punishment you went through. It's the universe making it like turning on the volume, turning on the temperature so that you had seemingly no choice but to leave, because it anyways would not made for you since the beginning. And it was a big disservice for you to stay there. So just for you to give you a little bit of a why, because I'm hearing some of you are like, but why did this happen to me? No, it did not happen to you, honey. Nothing happens to you. It's always happening for you. And the reason that happened again is you're not meant to be there. There is so much more for you. You're not meant to be settling for less than good. That's why you were kicked out of the situation through the feelings of intolerable. That being said, the justice I'm literally saying is like, yeah, you just making it fair for yourself, just taking this moment to realize, wait, I deserve much better. Wait a minute, actually, why the hell would I keep myself in a situation that does not feel good? Having some justice for yourself and using that sword to cut through the BS and cut the ties with what is not serving you at all. Being fair with yourself, you know? And I'm definitely sensing that this is what has really initiated this split between you and that thing that has really made it so that that thing left your life. But I'm generally feeling that this thing tried to stay in your life because that situation, these people, this person was benefiting from having you in your life. That's why I'm feeling like a win-lose scenario. I'm feeling like energy vampire kind of vibes here. And I'm definitely sensing that the fact that they felt you cutting this relationship, cutting this situation off, it really compelled them into coming forward into trying to get you to stay. And that's where it really started triggering the awakening of your strength. The Nine of Wands here is putting very clear boundaries, and not just deciding what are your boundaries, but actually upholding them. And when someone steps over them, communicating it clearly. I'm definitely sensing that, yeah, it's the beginning of you upholding strong boundaries for yourself and starting to grow much more proud of yourself, much more confident, because you know you can rely on yourself to capitalize on your own safety, on your own well-being. And the Queen of Wands is generally what I'm feeling that the energy that you've grown into, that you're growing into, that was very recent, this cut off. Queen of Wands is very confident, is very magnetic, very charming, but I'm generally sensing that in your case, all of this magnetism, all of this charm, this sensuality, this attraction are definitely things that you are awakening as a result of cutting off the distractions. This situation, this person was making so that there was not much energy left within you to be able to express these qualities of yours, your sensuality, your beauty, your confidence, your glow, your shine, your light. There wasn't much space left for these things to express themselves. And now you're coming back into that, which is very cool. Another thing which is coming back in your life, if not already, is the passion, the spark for life, the optimism. It's like there's so much light coming back into expressing itself through you because you have cut off what was in the way. You've cut off what was like pulling it down. It's like you've opened the curtains. Well, these curtains needed to be opened for the light to come through. I'm definitely sensing that, yeah, there's so much light and so much pride in having cut them off as well, because I'm feeling like some of you may have struggled to cut this thing off because it really took you into learning how to stop being a nice person, instead being a good person, as in putting an end to people pleasing. That's what I'm meaning here. But I'm just feeling that you're just so proud of yourself on that one. And so should you be. Another thing here with the moon, I'm generally sensing that you've connected with yourself in such a deeper level. You've grown a lot through this experience and feeling. It's like you generally feel like something within you from a kid turned into an adult, because now you know you can rely on to yourself to be able to protect yourself from these kinds of events, situations, people. And yet again, it's like it feels like a lot of pride. And you should, I'm hearing on behalf of spirit guides, is like, if you're not doing that, you should celebrate totally, because you've transformed a lot and you should celebrate it. Even if it doesn't make sense to anyone, even if it's just by yourself, still go grab that glass of wine if that's what you're into. But celebrate your growth, celebrate your ascension, celebrate having chosen yourself over someone else. Yeah, your life is yours to live, by the way. But I'm genuinely sensing like so much, like spirit guides being so proud of you for having done that. It's like you've grown so much and you're so proud of yourself, and your guides are so proud of you for really having stepped up and leveled up in your relationship to yourself. And I'm just feeling like, yeah, putting an end to this people pleasing, realizing that you are the freaking powerful one, realizing that these boundaries are super healthy and feel super good to uphold, and that now there is room for much more to come. But give me a second while I grab this card that fell to the floor. Eight of Swords. Double message here. I'm generally feeling, on one hand, Spirit wants you to know that if that's something you keep coming back to in your mind, in your dreams, what you left behind, I'm generally feeling like, trust us, there is nothing for you there. No need to come back. No need to go back there, even if it's just mentally, even if it's just through imagination. Trust us, there's no point in going back there. There is nothing left for you there. So you can spare yourself. I'm also was picking up on the energy of the other side, how they are feeling about you, whatever the situation may be, how this situation is feeling towards you. But spirit guides are telling me right now, there is no point about discussing that. Period. It's like there is nothing left for you there. That's old stories. That's old news. There's new news now. Okay? There's you now. So yeah, just let it go. If that's something you're still coming back to, just let it go. And another thing I'm feeling is like, I'm just feeling that two other messages, actually, lots of messages through this one, is like, just through the imagery, where the sword would have cracked before, today it heats up, but it stays intact. It stays, like the integrity of the sword stays whole. And I'm generally feeling this as a metaphor of you. It's like you've grown so much that now what would have broken you down before is just a little nuisance in your life that you can easily sweep off of your shoulder now. That is another reminder of how much you've grown. Just please take the time to look back at who you used to be and realize how much progress have been made and how much you've grown, which is beautiful. Yeah, I'm just feeling you like capable of dealing with much higher states of frequencies. Like you're able to handle much more energy, even if this is lower energy, even if it feels stressful. I'm just feeling you being able to handle stressful situations much better, with much more ease, without drowning into them. I just feel like much better suited at handling whatever comes your way. That is beautiful. Huh. Very interesting. Some oracle cards, obviously, would be pretty sad without. Got Feed Your Artist, Fearless Expression, Manifesting and Doing. What do we have here? There is a lot of creativity going through here. There's connection to nature that I'm feeling. I'm generally sensing that you're much more invested in your life, if it makes sense. Because before you were very much focused on to this other party, this other person, this other situation, this other whatever. And today you're much more focused onto yourself and your life and what makes you happy. I'm generally feeling like the energy's blooming, growing, expanding. It just feels like so good to be back, so to speak. It just feels so good to be back to yourself. I'm hearing, and that is beautiful. Yeah, manifesting and doing. I'm literally sensing you like, you know what, this life is mine. I'm gonna make the most out of it. I'm generally feeling you not interested, not giving a care in the world about other people and other situations, not in the sense of I don't care, but in the sense of you being completely aware that this life is yours to live and the fun is yours to have, that it's your birthright to have fun, and as such being much more invested in your life, being much more invested in you having fun, spending time with friends, bonding with new people, just investing in your happiness, investing in yourself, you know. That's definitely what I'm seeing, what I'm sensing, and that is beautiful. Because yeah, that thing that happened was a very pivotal point in that, in you coming back to yourself. So that is nice. Fearless expression, I'm definitely sensing as well that master number 55, so a lot of change happening through this transformation you've just undergone. But fearless expression, generally feeling, especially what we were discussing with the Queen of Wands, it's like you just starting to be yourself, starting to express yourself for who you are, not wanting to people please anymore, and instead just expressing yourself for who you are and what you want to be. not caring so much about what other people think, honestly, which is beautiful. Yeah, investing in yourself, expressing yourself for who you are. There's a lot of self energy, a lot of coming back to self, which is beautiful. Video artists, I feel also like, yet again, like this Queen of Pentacles feels quite decisive in your reading here. But video artists, I'm definitely feeling like a lot of creativity coming through, a lot of fun, a lot of joy. Yeah, a lot of creativity, a lot of art, like making out of your life a work of art. And that is beautiful. That's very nice. Yeah. Just feels so... I'm just hearing it's so good to be back. Whatever that means to you in your life. But yeah, it feels very, very good. Last card, we got Fate with an egg. How cute. I'm generally sensing that fate. The word fate is indicating me two things. First of all, this thing that you just went through was very much quote-unquote fated in the sense that it was a lesson that you needed to learn in order to experience your life to its fullest. You needed to stop people pleasing. You needed to let go of these things which made you stuck with this situation with this other party. So that is very, very good. Again, it's like, do you notice how much progress you've made? That was part of your destiny, to set yourself free and just start living your life for yourself. And the egg is genuinely making me feel like hidden potential, hidden treasures, things within ourselves which may not have been expressed, but now that we're back in the game, so to speak, very much focusing onto ourselves instead of focusing on whatever was going on before, now there is a lot of space for it to grow and hatch. So expect hidden treasures coming from within. New passions, new interests, new gifts that you did not know you had, perhaps. It's like a lot of new energies that have always been within you, but just wouldn't hatch because the conditions, the environment was not right. And now that you're back to yourself, that you're claiming this life for you, independently of what's going on outside of you, now these gifts are getting activated and are free to express themselves, which is awesome. I'm not getting anything particular here. It's a general reading, and I'm feeling that these gifts could be literally anything and everything, but this could definitely have something to do with arts. This could definitely have something to do with your ability to be joyful, something fun, hobbies, just your ability of manifesting, perhaps. But I'm generally sensing that it could mean everything and everything yet again. But yeah, that was such an honor to be reading your energy. Thank you so much for having such space with me today. That was awesome. That was a lovely reading. And I'm so proud of you for having gone through that. Kudos for you. Good job on that one. Know that if you're looking for a more private kind of experience, I'm offering private readings. You can check out the description box down below if you're interested for more information. You're going to find it all there. But yeah, let me know down in the comment, please, how it went for you. A lot to be talked about, a lot to be discussed. I'd love to know if it resonated. What are your thoughts about it? Love to have a chat in the comments. And yeah, I'm proud of you. Spirits are proud of you. Everything's good. Enjoy it all. I'm wishing you so much love. Until next time, have a good one. Bye.